It's going to be a fast one because I'm running late as usual. But our theme this week is where were you 10 years ago and how does it affect your life now? And it's really interesting that this was asked of me this year because 10 years ago was exactly when I decided that I wasn't actually going to be a doctor, that I was going to I had actually made the decision to go into a writing related profession, to go into journalism. I'd spent 2 years at college, sure, somewhere in my mind that I was going to do it, that was what was going to happen, but I had put myself through absolute agony over it. I'd spent summers writing for free to see if it was what I wanted to do, if I was enjoying it as much as I claimed to be. I wrote theater reviews, I wrote articles, I wrote a lot of arts stuff because that's what I thought I was originally going to do. I was going to go into arts reporting, possibly criticism, though I like things too much. I think I like things way too much to criticize, even though I can slam down if need be. So the question for me, for how did I go from there to here, is what happens next? What happens when you make a decision, the big decision that changes your life, that makes everything scary and less planned? Well, the first thing I did was tell my parents. Not the most fun conversation I've ever had in my life, but they have since joined the club of I'm better at this than I would have been at being a doctor. Though maybe, I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if I would have been as good or better of a doctor as I am of a whatever I am now, journalist, reporter, writer, community person, who knows. But certainly this makes me happier. So I told them, and then I just started marching forward bit by bit. I started taking more English classes. I started writing more in my spare time. I started doing a lot more with the Hoya. That's how I started doing reporting and arts criticism for an actual paper. I wrote letters to some people that were inspiring to me. I had come across Frank Rich's book in a bookstore one day, and I just wrote him a letter at the New York Times saying how much I enjoyed his writing and that I was taking the scary leap and I needed advice. And he brought me to his office in the New York Times building. Literally like a month later, his assistant got in touch with me, and it was such a shock. And I said, "Why? He's so busy. Why does he want to talk to me?" And he said, we all had people help us to get where we are. He made a lot of things realistic to me about the journalism profession, about criticism, about writing, and about a practical way to go about life in this sphere. I worked myself to the bone in my last year of school, I slept on the diseased sofa in the Hoya office for quite a few nights in a row, and I got at this mysterious illness when I came home from college, and nobody knows why I was sick for 3 weeks. I could barely move, and I think it was the sofa. I think the sofa got me sick. That sofa has since been thrown out, and I think it was probably health and safety that came in and said, "Get it out of here." And I wish I could say there's like a magic pill or there's something you do specifically to get to a place of happiness with a job that at first seems hard or a life that at first seems hard, but there's nothing. You just work a lot every day. And that's why you have to love what you do. If you are determined to do the thing that you love, then you have to just start doing it. And that's what I started doing 10 years ago, almost to the day. And now I do it all the time. And I'm paid for it. The cool thing about 10 years ago is that I had no way of answering the question, where did I think I would be? Because I had just taken off the veil of where I always thought I'd be in 2010, which was married, doctor, maybe child on the way, whole thing. That had just been removed from my persona, from my whatever. And there's absolutely no way to answer that question for the first time in my life, and it was invigorating and freeing. So here's my question for you guys today, for the comments, things, in my boobs. Name one thing you're going to do to try and achieve your goals this year. One solid, concrete action you're going to take. Put it in the comments, and we'll be reading and talking and stuff over the weekend, and I will see you all again next week. Matt, see you Monday.